Hey guys, and welcome back. So today we are going to clean up another attack from AI Video Mocap, and this is going to be a low kick, which is so underestimated in games all over. So this is going to be a must-have animation, and follow along. Let's go. Okay, so when you're happy with what you got in the AI Mocap, so you can just go in, watch the preview, and I'm really happy with this one. It's a good start for what we really want. So we just hit download on this one. So after you have just extracted the file from the zip file that you get, you can just take it, drag and drop, and we are good. Here you can see it, and I made it have a T-pose to start with, just because I want this to be on an Unreal menu. So I will just create a new scene, hit this one, go on models, and find UEFI menu. Because, come on, 2025 now. What we're gonna do is that we're just gonna quick rig him. We could just copy everything over, but we have a T-pose and it's gonna do it all automatically. So why not just add the rig elements, generate rig, be happy. So now that it's rigged and everything has these auto pose modes, that we're gonna just select all of this, edit, retarget copy, and edit, retarget, paste after we selected all of these. So just go in here, retarget, paste, right? Just give it a second, and now we have it. And you can already see that like some stuff mess up in this particular situation, but that's gonna be no worries. So let us just start. So of course the first thing I do is that I remove the T-pose because I'm not gonna make it, and the auto physics is gonna be confused if we have it because of the transition. And of course I guess that everyone in Cascadeur knows that we're gonna start with unbaking. So let's just see what we have here. And I mean, this is not too bad. So moving forward, it's stuff like shoulders, elbows, and knees. So what I like to do is that I select everyone, take on interval edit mode, and I turn off fixed interpolation on changed interval. So shift set, you might need to hit it twice to get it all removed. And it usually fixes like shoulder bugs and stuff like that, right? Seems good. Sometimes we should take this one as well. Just because it's gonna balance. So let's try that. Shift set once and twice. And yeah, I think he looks more balanced already. So before we do any cleaning, I really want to take and import the video as a reference. When you get the video in, just place it as you want it. I like to have it a bit to the side, and of course I go up here, scale it a bit, just because, yeah, I'm legally blind or something, right? And what I do is that, of course, naming convention, reference video, enter. And now it automatically made its own track, which is beautiful because now we can just make sure that we don't animate this one. So I'm just gonna lock it because I don't want to animate it, and if I want I can unlock it, of course. So moving on, we have this one. We see that the back foot is having its place. From this point his toes are hitting a specific point. Let's get about the same angle, something like this. Something weird is going on with this foot as well. Has like this weird bend. So I just want to shift set these. Looks better. I think that messed up more than it fixed. So let's just have that. Okay. So what I like to fix first is major mistakes. So remember, turn this off. So let's see the spin kick, and now we have some issues with it's going under the floor. And what we can do is that you see that it has multiple frames that are going under. so I think this one is correct, this one isn't. So let's see, these, and okay, so these two are wrong. So I'm just gonna select one more than them, and I'm gonna open this one because I just want to take the feet right now. Just hit this one, and you can see the whole naming convention here, and I open the legs again, and this is the left leg, right? So then we select these four, and what I want to do is that one that's furthest down the ground, I'm just gonna go in here. I'm gonna take the Bezier and interpolation edit mode and select the whole foot and do something like this, and you can see that every one of those that were low are changed, and I do something like this, just tweaking it to my preferences. So I think that looks great, and now you can see that we are way better off than we were, right? So this one specifically got better, but still needs some tweaking. We just tweak it a bit, make sure, see how it is. And now you can see we have the same issue here on the ground, and not on the ground, not on the ground, not on the ground. So that means that we can take this, and this, go into the worst frame again, do the same stuff, and just lift it up like this. And now it seems like them all were fixed, right? And remember, lazy isn't a bad thing when it comes to stuff like this. Use the tools that you have at hand. Okay, so let's see all of this, and we can see looks much better. So now since we removed, remember to turn this up, since we removed the knee feelings around here, we're gonna do something like this and remove these. We're just gonna rotate on this one, make the leg look more like the reference, and I want to stretch it out, make it more, or maybe not, something like this, something like that. And just, it's gonna be swinging by there. It did a really good job on like interpolating where it would be. Something like this, and up again. And I want to do something because I want this to loop as well. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna take box select, control all, select them all, go in the first frame, copy, and I'm gonna take these frames and these frames, interpolation mode again, and then we're just gonna try to control V it and just see how it looks. So now it's looping, right? Like a real attack would. Of course, we could see that we have some issues with the feet doing like this, and I think we need a step. I think that the sliding on the back foot shouldn't be a thing. So then we're gonna go back here, copy the feet position. So what we're gonna do is, okay, we're gonna first go in here, turn off this again, scene settings, and let's find this one, the tween machine. So we're gonna make it end there. And what I want to do is that I want to have this a bit over the ground and a bit closer to the next frame. Now I'm just going to small tweak this to have it a bit over the ground. I just want to make this look natural. So now that foot looks natural, right? So now we're gonna fix this one. At the beginning, you actually have a step in between here that we didn't get in the unbaking. So what we're gonna do is that we're just gonna take this and we can take this one to see the arc. And now you can see it slides back there. And what I think is that we need to have it end around the point where it was, right? So what we're gonna do is that we're gonna see the trajectory around here. So what I'm interested in is it making it land around this point specifically. I think the smartest way would be to just take frame by frame and then use this shadow mode. So let's see, the next frame is going forward. We don't like that. We want the tip to be about the same placement. Do the same for this one, the tip. We need to hit this one so we get the full shadow. So just gonna make sure I didn't do anything stupid, and I kind of did. This should be, no, never mind. Take this a bit up. No, wait, this one. Bit up and back, and then we got back there. And somewhere around there. And then we're gonna take this and back there. So I'm hoping that the autophysics will help me here. And at this point it has this one planted. So what I would want is to have this foot 50% toward where we want to be and move it up. Let's just see how it is. And you can see that's too slow, right? So what we're gonna do is just gonna take this frame, shift and middle mouse click it. Even faster, let's see. Okay, no, never mind. That's the problem, is that we need about the same amount of frames from there to up and from this one. So we're just gonna copy this one. And the off balancing and stuff like that shouldn't be. Okay, so it snaps a bit too much. Let's remove this, take F and just take the same rotation, but just get it to be around the same placement, right? Something like this. Okay, don't look too bad. Let's see the head. Doesn't look too bad. So something that's important is that the left leg is like over in the air from this and all the way to here. And I would like to set that then to FK. That gives a better arc for the foot. Nice. And I also want it to be straighter here. And now you can see the arc, and the arc becomes better. And I also want this one to be further out there. And I want want this one as well, even though the reference isn't like that, but we want to overdo it right. It's gonna be an attack. Now we have a nice arc going on here. And in my opinion, it looks better. And you can see the hands, they are living their own life. So I'm just gonna select these because I don't think anything here is really going as I wanted to. Select these as step and get it. Everyone selected, shift set and shift set again. Now it should look a little bit better. Yeah, now you can see the points are hitting it. And you can see we have some issues around here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is that we want to activate the fingers here, and let's just see if they go to the ground if we shift set them. They don't. So let's undo that. Almost on the ground. Let's see if we do something like this. Deactivate this. So from this frame, it's on the ground. And until this frame it's not. Okay, so basically this one just needs this one frame, it seems like. And then we have this one. Let's see, that's where it hits the ground. So we have this one, and you can see his hand is really still, and there it goes up. Which means these three should be fixed to be at the same point. So we take the first one and we fix that. And we find the thumb. Right. What we then do is that we take and select all of these and just turn them back with the twin machine, go to the next frame, do the same. And we have to do it on the right arm, or the left arm in this case. Okay, we need to select all of these, sorry. So you select all of these, we find the frame that we made as we wanted it, this one. And then we go to the next one, set it back, next one, set it back. And this one is supposed to be a bit closer, so just let us go back there somewhere. And as you can see, this does make more issues, but we will clean it up because we want it to be a bit more realistic. So what we're gonna do is that I'm just gonna shift C these, and these I just want to be moving toward where it was, right? Something like this. I lock these with R, move this one up, rotate it a bit, like this, and this one as well, moving it more against where it was, so it makes sense. I delete this frame, so let's see, something like this. And when he's lifting his arm from this point and to this point, I really want that to be IK as now FK as well, to get more of a nice arc. So let's see. Okay, so in this he has a much more bended and look forward there. So we're gonna do like this. We're gonna take this one as well, give him a much better bend in the back. And in this one, I really want these to be... So I want these to be more ready to go to over there where they're supposed to go. So I'm just gonna use the twin machine a bit. I'm gonna use it more because I see that his body is more length like this. And then we just take this, then we have a little bit more that we can go without stretching too much stuff. The thumb is fighting us, so let's just shift set it. Oh, it doesn't want to. Then we do something like this. Oh, Shift set. I think also the foot should be more around here. Let's see. This knee should be way more down there. This one is starting to turn like this. Let's move this one now, and we can move this a bit down. No, wait, we're gonna start with the knee being way more down here. Something like this. I'm gonna delete this frame on the knee and move it a bit over here. No. Let's get this away. In the reference, it's way out there. Something there, just so we can see that it's moving correctly. You see, now we're getting more of the snappiness, right? But we got some issues with the back, because he still has a bent back on all these frames. So let's just make sure that we have it as well. Let's delete this frame as well and see. Yeah, if we delete this frame with pressing F, it looks more correct. Something is happening from this frame because it doesn't have this bend. And let's see, bend. And then it looks better. And you can see the feet are doing some weird stuff around here. So let's see what that is all about. Yeah, so we have this one where everything is kind of weird. So let's see what we can do about this. It's really hard to look at the reference. Let's see. So he's standing on his toes and not like this. So here we are getting somewhere with it. And what we're going to do is I'm just going to shift set the toe just so it's locked there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to select these, just R them. And this frame, then I'm going to lift it up like something like this. And now it looks better already. And for some reason it's in the air, so just double click it and get it somewhere around the shadow. Let's move to the next one, and I feel like we have the same issue around here where he should be more on the toe, so just lift it up a bit. And you can see that his knee is like really fighting him and are trying to be around here. So what we're gonna do is that on the first frame it seems like it has some fist going on, so let's just make a fist. Select this, shift set, same for this, shift set, and the thumb as well. Find the right angle, take it in like this, something like this. That looks good. Shift set these, press R to remove that. Something like this, a bit further out. And that looks good. And also I want to do, let's see, fingers. So let's see, around here it starts to have some animations. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put the fist around here. I'm just going to do that with removing all the in-between frames with Alt F. And now it should be moving toward that. This is where we want to be, so we're just going to take this one, shift and middle mouse click, copy it over there, and we're going to take this one as well, move it up, and I also want to take this thumb and make it more ready for the pose that it's going into. Yes, and then we can, around this point, here it's clipping as well. So back to this, move it a bit out. That's stopping the clipping. So we go back to the first frame. So what we need to do is that we can take this one for an example, the fist. So we know that after these and up in around this frame, just delete this one, middle mouse click and drag to the last frame there, and once more for the last frame. And now we're gonna see it goes down, goes up, goes over to a fist, right. Now we're going to do the same for the next one. So what we're going to do now is the same thing, right? So we're just going to find the fingers, take this one, find where they want to go to the ground, which is here. They are not needed here. So here we're going to take the fist to this one, remove these ones, and now it should look more like he's prepping, getting it up again. Now we found an issue with the thumb as well. Just shift set it. And I think that we're gonna remove these. Pick up the fist again. Set it there. And also for the last frame. So now I think the fist gonna be much better. So now we still got the feet issue, right? We're gonna be fixing that after we got the autophysics on. So basically I think that we have a lot of accomplishments already, but let's get the autophysics on. I hope that he's gonna be balancing himself better with this one. No ragdoll, of course. Let's see, autophysics. We want smooth projection and compensation. This is what's going to be balancing him. And let's just start off with the initial values, like the natural bumpy movement that he got. So now let's just make them overlap like this. There we can see how it does it much better. I really love how low he gets. Yeah, much better. Let's also see how it does with secondary motion. This can a lot of times just break it down, but let's see. Yeah, so this does break it. But what we're gonna do is that I want to try with just 50% secondary motion, just to see if it can give a little bit more to our animation. So I'm just gonna turn this off. Now it's important that you remember fixed interpolation and changed interval. Have it on. And just be happy with what you got. We're probably gonna get some new issues, might be, but let's see. So I'm just gonna take this one, this one, snap to physics, then you get this warning. I just press yes and turn it off. And you can say what you want, but I just go straight over, and then I just unbake it. And now we got something totally different to work with. And you're gonna be like, oh, but we're gonna clean it up again. Well, yeah. So let's just go frame by frame and see, like we have some issues with the leg, but I'm gonna see this one as well. Yeah, So now we're gonna fix the feet. But as you can see now, that if we roll through it, then we got clipping here, for an example. But you can see in the reference, he wants to have the hand way more out. So we're just gonna do exactly that. And now we're gonna see here, I also feel like then this should be way more up, get a nice arc on it. And we can see that it still clips. And that's because this foot should be more in like this, a bit lower, and we're gonna move the kneecap a bit more like this. Okay, that didn't work like this, so I'm just gonna rotate it a bit, something like this, and we're just gonna move this one a bit out. Then we're gonna do it on this frame. So we're just gonna be making sure that this foot, as you can see, he is having much more control than we are. So something like this. And this. And his whole foot is rotated much better. Somewhere around this. Which means that we probably can take and copy this one, Ctrl V. This one should be way more over there, which gives our kneecap the possibility to move a bit down again. And like this one is like really wrong. Let's go back, copy this one, and have it in global. So Control copy, Control V, something like this. This one toward the previous, like this. So what we're gonna do is gonna select the toes, make them go back to where it was before, and then move this bit a bit down. As we can see, that's something that's happening. And the knee looks like it's much more up against his body now. Something like this. Which makes this frame really wrong. Something like that. And our centering of the foot is also way off. So we could just gonna double click this one, put it around there. That means that we're probably gonna be doing this on multiple frames now. So he has a small rotation that we doesn't have on these frames. So just select this, give it a small rotation, doesn't need to be much. And then this one is like far down on the heel, and it should be more gradual. So I think we take this one. When you go to the next one, we're just gonna have it a bit down, not much. It is a bit up. Then we get to this one, just place it a little bit closer to the previous one. The same with this one. And then it twists us the wrong way. It's going really fast up. So first of all, we have this one, and then you can see it goes up and then it goes down in between here. And I'm not really sure, so we're gonna go further down into here and see. And what we're gonna see is that if we go like this, select this frame again, you can see it really behaves weird. So this frame is what's causing the issue. So let's make these more smooth. So we have like this weird sliding thing going on in the beginning here. it's moving back on this one and back to where it was there. So let's fix that. Okay, so select this one, remove that, double click this, get it back to where it was about. Something like this. It's also wrong there. Next frame. Something like this. Double click, get it to where it's supposed to be. Next frame. So I think it's better to view the frames forward and let's adapt, because I don't want to adapt every frame. So this is something like that, something like that. Remove this one again. So there and there. Let's remove this one again. And now we don't have the staggering. We have it sliding a bit from this to this and then this to this. So first of all, I think that we need to take this foot and just move it back, just so we have one sliding frame instead of two. And what we're going to do in the middle here, we're going to create a frame, take it a bit up. Even a bit more, it seems. And now it's the other leg. I felt like it was snapping a bit here. So I feel like this one. Let's get... So the next frame is there, which means I would like to have this foot a bit more like this and take these more against the next frame. And let's see, where is the snappiness? So this frame totally looks wrong, right? So first of all, we're gonna take up this, we're gonna shift set these, double click the foot and make it go more toward the next frame and be a bit more before, like this. This one a bit down. So what I can see is that we are losing a bit of the momentum at the end. He has a really nice arc going on, and we are kind of losing it somehow. So first of all, I want to see what's going on with this one. So let's see. It's something about how it's getting there. I think maybe the kneecap is the issue here. So his kneecap is way more out here. Something around there. And I think getting a bit there. I'm just looking at the arc around here to get it more smooth. Something like that. Now we can see on this side. I think maybe this should be around there, and let this help it a bit. Okay, let's see. So this is the left leg. What if we just remove one frame here? It looks better in my opinion. Yeah, now it's much smoother. As you can see. And what we can do if you want to gamify it a bit more is like you would take about these frames about to here maybe. And maybe these as well. And then just Ctrl T and just make it 1 or 2 frames shorter. And now it should be really more snappy. Now it has a load up, it has a penalty afterwards, and it has a quick attack. Right,